Welcome to Philly, you're watching the Eclectic Show. Welcome to Philly, you're watching the Eclectic Show. You're watching the Eclectic Show.
The Eclectic Show.
You should talk English all the time.
Not what I want to hear the drama.
Don't ask about my opinion.
Why are you talking like you're all sexy and whatnot, son? Yeah, come in my trailer so I can drag you real quick.
The Eclectic Show.
Hi, how you doing? I'm Seven, and you're watching the Eclectic Show. Today we have Pooja.
Hello.
We have Cameron.
Hello.
We have Diana.
Hey.
And we have Crystal.
What's up?
All right, so we're going to jump right into it, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, this is the Eclectic Show, and the first topic we're going to talk about is sugar babies. Pooja, can you break down your research on the sugar babies?
Okay, so basically when I researched it, it said that a lot of NYU students have been signing up on an online website, which lets you meet with men that are around usually 25 to 55 age range, and they get to conduct an interview, and if they end up liking you, then you basically go on dates with them. But when you go on a date, you get paid either with an American Express gift card, or they can pay for your or pay you with PayPal. And if they really like you, they can start helping you with paying for tuition, rent, whatever your needs are. So it's to be a mutually beneficial relationship where someone who's struggling to make the bills in college receives, the money that they need to survive in exchange, either for time or emotional commitment or sexual commitment. So any of those three.
Wow.
So what's your take on this, guys?
I can't knock the hustle, man. Like, it's none of my business first. I don't see anything wrong with it personally. I mean, prostitution has been I think it is the world's oldest profession, to be completely honest with you. So I really can't knock it if a student's trying to do what they're trying to. I'm not saying it's the right way. But if nobody's getting forced into it and it's a mutual agreement, I don't see where it could go wrong.
For me, I think it's sad that women are feeling like they're struggling so badly that they have to use their bodies to. Not that I think that, women should be shamed for that or anything, but I feel like there should be on a government basis, like if people are feeling desperate enough to go on a website and, I'm 20 years old, I'm a senior in college. If I went on that website going out with somebody who's 55, that's literally old enough to be my father. So I feel like, while I don't think that there's anything I don't think the girls should be trashed for it, but I feel like maybe it says something about like the education system in general. Like, why isn't more done to make young women feel like, they have somewhere else to reach besides, essentially prostitution. So I don't know. That's my take.
Well, like Crystal said, prostitution is the oldest profession in human history, and it's just really bizarre to think that this could come to a point where we can have this online and just have this so structured and so established for these students. And Diana, you raised some good points about that I agree as well, that it must be pretty dumb to have to resort to any of that, whether it was straight up prostitution or this sort of weird company that I don't see going that mainstream, but it's going around now in NYU. So.
Well, it's interesting, and I like the fact that Crystal said, the reason why I'm laughing is because I didn't want to say it, but I'm glad you said it, Crystal. You quickly jumped into it. It's prostitution. How come no one wants to step up and say, this is prostitution? And if people are allowed to do this on the net, and the site's not being pulled down and all those other things, then the prostitutes in the street, leave them alone. They shouldn't get arrested either. And,
I agree with that.
You know. Yeah. But no one's calling it prostitution, not blatantly. Another interesting statistic, they were saying that, I forgot what the numbers were, but it was a percentage of the top schools, like the top 10 schools in Manhattan, a large percentage of the female population are actually partaking.
Active.
Yeah, very active in sugar babies. Okay, now this is not a commercial for all the young ladies watching this. And now they want to go out and say, hey, I need to pay for books. There's got to be another way. There's got to be another way.
Because I also read an article and it was talking about how a girl, she initially did have this and he was basically paying for most of like her tuition and rent and everything. But then once they broke up, like she really didn't know how to really continue her school. So there's always backlash to this. And I think the other interesting thing was there's a movie coming up which is called Blue Jasmine, which isn't necessarily sugar babies, but it's very similar, where this lady basically marries into like a very rich family. Like she dates very rich men and then she marries into a rich family, and then after like her relationship is kind of done, she's back in a very modest living at her sister's house because she doesn't know what else to do, because for all these years in her life she just depended on rich guys to pay for everything. So that's like a very important thing that I think girls should think about if they do think of this as the path to live their life.
Well, I have
Go
ahead, Cameron.
No, you go ahead.
Well, all I want to say was, how do you put a price on hanging out with somebody? Like, but there's one young lady, I was doing some research, her friend, that's what she calls him, her friend that provides needs. It's like $400 a week just to hang out.
Mm-hmm.
So how do you put a price on that? And then if you want kisses, how much is parts of your body worth to, I don't know. How do you do that?
Sure. You could stroke my arm for like $200. I'm cool with that.
I was genuinely interested to see if they have like an inverse of that, where it was young, not desperate, but I guess maybe desperate college male students signing up for this, where they could find their own sugar mama. Like I don't know that many people would be opposed to that. Like these instances.
I think there is a site for that already.
Oh, I'm sure there is. I'm sure there is.
Craigslist.
And all those wonderful mingle sites and all that. But I don't know. Maybe sugar babies will just sugar daddies. Well,
maybe we
right
should
alongside that.
Make another extension to Sonic Eclectic where we could hook people up.
Provide services.
Provide services. See, the way you say it sounds all nice.
Go to seekingarrangements.com.